a safari into a green hell of horror.
Johnny, the Queen's funeral, it's going to be held in a bloody... Don't worry about the Queen, Johnny, we got more important matters. What now? Are we ever going to do anything on the Queen or not? I'm talking about police surveillance and social complacency. Complacency? But Johnny, there's an app. Yes, an app out there, just a bloody little app anyone can get that shows you all the fucking dots and things across the screen where you've been for the last 2 years. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that would like to hear from us on this particular...
How cops are just doing mass surveillance these days and how easy it is. And it's quite simple, really. We've talked about this a bunch before, but all those apps on your phone are tracking you constantly and then selling that data for advertising purposes. And while they're...
Jesus Christ!
...advertising purposes, and while they're tracking an anonymized advertising ID and not your actual identity, it's extremely easy to take that anonymized data and de-anonymize it. The raw data is millions of dots on a map. What do I do with all these dots? But whichever dot is spending its nights at, let's say, your home address, and its days at, let's say, your workplace, is probably you. And from there, they can see wherever the hell you are at any given time, or have been for like the last 3 years.
Johnny, we just seem to let people or organisations just fucking creep along eroding our civil rights, and we just sort of sit around and say, well, it's all for the good. Yeah, we're just giving away our freedoms just like that.
To your broader question, can we overcome tyranny when the people are complacent? No. The sad fact about democracy is that the people get what they want. You know, H.L. Mencken had this line, he said that democracy is the theory that the common people know what they want and they deserve to get it good and hard, which is a very lurid way of describing our political process.
That's true, though.
First, that we're hearing about a specific app that law enforcement agencies across the country are using for it. And it's a bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Here's the AP.
Local law enforcement agencies from suburban Southern California to rural North Carolina have been using an obscure cell phone tracking tool, at times without search warrants, that gives them the power to follow people's movements months back in time, according to public records and internal emails obtained by the Associated Press. Police have used Fog Reveal to search hundreds of billions of records from 250 million mobile devices and harness the data to create location analyses known among law enforcement as patterns of life, according to thousands of pages of records about the company.
Johnny, are you saying that there's police forces out there that can track every bloody movement we're making? Is that what you're saying?
And who's gonna believe you? You're a killer, Harry. A maniac.
But what it leads to, Johnny, is the police, and don't think police in Australia aren't bloody doing this. They're not sitting around their ass. They'll be using this too. What it leads to is that perhaps you don't actually need a warrant anymore to storm someone's house or go in and arrest somebody just because you found it on the bloody phone.
Would you believe it? Would you have the nerve to talk about it?
Johnny, are you saying that they could use this bloody technology for evil? You end up like that bloody Tom Cruise film. What was it?
Okay, Jed, what's coming? Double homicide, 1 male, 1 female. Killer's male, white, 40. Set up a perimeter and tell them we're en route. I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks. Give the man his hat.
Yeah, they can arrest you before you've done the crime because they've got these bloody clips.
The future can be seen.
They'll say, this guy, he looks like he's travelling around. What's he doing travelling around to all these places every night?
And look, it's easy to point at situations where this kind of tech has been used to successfully solve crimes and catch dangerous criminals and say, okay, well, what's the big deal then? I have nothing to hide, but it's also very easy to see how this kind of tool could be used to harass people who haven't committed any crime at all. It's also probably unconstitutional, specifically violating the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. The same data can usually be obtained by police via a geofence warrant, but that data is limited to a specific time and place. It requires approval from a judge. So much work.
Yeah.
Fog Reveal, on the other hand, takes away all the red tape. Sliced through. Gone.
This one's easier. Let's just use it.
Where's it all going to lead? All right, Jesus. We'll end up like that bloody Tom Cruise movie that's, what's its bloody name, that bloody movie?
Perimeter intel line, really.
I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
Give the man his hat.
Our good friend Russell Brand, he has about 5 million people watching his bloody show.
That threatens the very foundations of our republic.
I think we're in such an extremist state, and what I mean by extremist is there's nobody in the entire political sphere that's speaking for ordinary people in a way that can be implemented. I know there are voices.
It's all very well having 5 million people watching your show and nodding their heads and saying good on you, Russell, and keep going and all that sort of thing. You've got to have 5 million people that are actually going to fucking do something. Well, yeah, I suppose.
Centralised establishment, elite power that does not afford real democracy to ordinary people. No, we can't.
Johnny the Queen's funeral. Johnny the Queen's funeral is progressing.
Can we overcome tyranny when the people are complacent? No.
So in summing up, Johnny, all I can say is if we don't bloody do anything, we're not going to do anything. I think people out there still want to hear about the Queen anyway.